Beaks and nails. To trim or not to trim. Hi, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bliss Bond, your handbook to help you know everything that you need to provide your parrot with a quality life so that you can then decide whether or not you're going to trim, so that you can then have quantities of bliss. First, I want to start by saying thank you for watching the commercials or for living with them kind of thing. They are part of what is going to start to help me move into supporting my parrots in a different way. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very grateful for you watching them so that Emerald and I can continue to make you videos. I chose Emerald for this video because her beak is crooked. So let's talk about nails, beaks, and crooked beaks. First, I want to start by telling you that you have to know that you want to trim without damaging, without causing, like, bleeding, without hurting. What you need to know is similar to our nails, where the nail goes pink, and like if you break your nail and it's above the white spot into the pink, it hurts. The same is true for them, except there's no white spot on her black. I call them talons, and then my vet and my mentor are like, they're nails. I'm like, they feel like talons. But anyway, so one thing that's hard is you can't quite see where you kind of go a little too far and can make them bleed. I have observed that if you take your parrot to a pet shop, a parrot pet shop where they do trimming, or if you hire an expert to trim, they will often cut and let them bleed and use their special de-bleeder, and then their nails are shorter. I don't like that. I feel like Emerald's blood should stay in her body. I don't know how detrimental it is or isn't. I have no clue. I just kind of go with how I feel, and I don't feel comfortable. Now, when it comes to the beak, what you should know is that their beaks have a lot of nerves in them. So sometimes they will just let you pet them. Come here, step up. Say hi. Oh, Emerald. You want to say hi? Hi, Emerald. Hi, Emerald. That's Emerald. And that's your pretty red wings, yes. And that's why this Hans macaw is also called a red-shouldered macaw. So they will often let you pet their beak. She's all excited. Are you all excited? And then she starts to kind of do her version of regurgitating to me because she loves me. So if you trim, you kind of have to be careful. Not that I really can imagine that you're going to trim a whole lot. But Emerald's beak is a little long, and one reason it's a little long is because we actually trimmed it 2 weeks ago. But I feel like it's like a haircut. If I just do a little bit, I can always do more. If I do too much, I can't undo it. So that's the way I am with taking care of my birds. My father was a veterinarian, so he kind of really trained me the proper way, the proper tools. And frankly, you can get a nail trimmer for like dogs and cats on Amazon for like, I don't know, under $20. And that has worked well for me for the nails and the beak. But because their beak is sensitive, I just never do a whole lot. I'm like, I can do more next week kind of thing if I want to. So you have to be careful and just do a little. One big challenge is in order to, I would say, trim their nails or their beak, you really need someone to understand how to properly hold your parrot while it is that you are working on them. To me, it's a two-person job. The pros do it by themselves, even with like a big macaw. I don't know how they do it. Even a little bird by yourself for me is, well, a small bird isn't as hard. Do you hear that dog? Are you going to bark like a dog? Yes, that's what I thought. But I could do like the parrotlets. I'm not comfortable. I mean, there's some I could do on my own, but I prefer to have my expert holder hold. Come here, step up. I want to show something. Come here, step up. Come here, model. Thank you. If you're learning how to hold, I don't understand the proper way to hold. Oh, pretty wings. I don't do the holding, I do the trimming. So that's like not my department, and I feel like I need to learn it. But what I do want you to see is you never want to hold like that, because let me see if I could show you this way. You don't want to constrict their chest. They don't breathe the way we do. Like someone can hug you and you know how it can feel like you're like, I can't breathe. Like you can definitely do that to your parrot. Come here, come here. Thank you, I didn't appreciate that. So you want to make sure that you're really not holding them anywhere on their front. And that makes it hard. One of the things we do, she's not letting me. She's giving me, hey, I said no, little nips. We tend to grab them at, oh look, she thinks I'm petting her, right here on the cheekbones. I think it's equivalent to kind of like here for us. That's one place we grab them. Another place you can grab them is at the feet. So you're grabbing with both hands, which is why I feel like it's a two-person job. Like I said, one person has to hold. And you could try wrapping them in a blanket, that kind of thing. I think the very, very best thing you can do is go to your avian vet and have them train you, or have some professional train you, someone who really, really knows. I don't know, how often, I don't know if I guess it's a matter of your comfort level, right? If you're comfortable doing it, it's so easy to do at home. The benefit is you don't have to take your bird somewhere and stress them out. The downside is you have to know how to do it really safely, because you don't want to hurt your bird. You don't want blood that's unnecessary. You don't want to constrict their breathing, kind of thing. I understand that you could cut their nails so much that they bleed to death. I don't know that for a fact. That's what I understand. That's kind of the information that I have received. I've never done it, so I can't speak from experience. Thank goodness. Now, the specific question I received is, what about when their beak is uneven? I don't know that I'm going to be able to get Emerald. Come here, step up. Good girl. To show you, I want you to look at her lower mandible, her lower beak, if she'll let you, and which it's that side. And you kind of need to see her straight on. You're such a good girl. Yes, you're such a good girl. Are you showing them? And I don't know if you can see right here, it actually sticks up a little. Are you showing them? Are you doing a good job? Yeah. It's, she was given to us as a rescue. In other words, someone couldn't have her anymore. And she already had the problem. I am not super good on what the causes are. It can be malnutrition. I think some of it can be age. In Emerald's case, I kind of wonder. I don't know. I just don't know what her upbringing was, what the first 10 years of her life were like. But, so can you see her beak is a little crooked on that lower, this side. And she's so movie, I know it's hard to see. Stop moving, stop moving. Are you showing them? Are you showing them? Yeah. Look at that. So I'm hoping you could see it. I'm trying to get her to. So basically, her lower beak, instead of just being like a perfect symmetrical shape down here, it's kind of like it sticks up a little, and it's a little out. So I don't know the cause, but I just trim it and kind of keep it in. It's super scary for me because I don't want to like hurt her tongue or anything. So I wait until I really feel clear, until okay, I can do some trimming here without any damage. it's just something like that, unless you're really comfortable, because there's some people who are just really good with their hands, or some people who are just really good at that kind of thing. Maybe you have a connection to medicine somehow or another, then you're probably very comfortable and you're probably really able to do it. We don't like sedate our birds or anything. I mean, I wouldn't know how. So my daughter holds them. She's kind of incredible that way. And then we take care of what we can take care of. We really monitor them. She's like, okay, we're good, getting stressed out. And when they get stressed out, I kind of finish whatever I'm doing and we stop. Sometimes that's just nails, and it's like, there's only 8 toes, right? 2 forward, 2 back, and sometimes it's like, oh, let me just get the last nail done. Like sometimes that's all I get done, but we don't want to stress our birds out, so we're careful with that. So I would recommend, if you've got something funny like Emerald's beak and you're not comfortable, please just get help and or get trained, because I can't imagine, like, their tongues are, their mouths are like a hand. They use them for everything. And I think it's really important to try to help them stay as healthy and functioning as possible. So like if I ever cut her tongue, I would just, I think I would turn to jello. And so, like I said, I'm really, really slow, really, really methodical. And it's kind of like, if it doesn't work today, there's tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after. So we're super careful. Emerald is fortunately our only tricky beak, and we only have to take care of it a couple of times a year. Right now it looks like, it's not bad, but it's getting to be time to take care of it. And so, 3 times a year, and it's not fun, but we can do it. And one reason is because my daughter really can hold the parrots well without constricting, without hurting them, that kind of thing, and while monitoring their stress level. So if you're going to do something like do the clipping, I recommend, if you're going to use the little nail scissors, they make round nail scissors. So instead of being like this, they're more kind of like that, because since their nails aren't flat, where flat scissors would work, since their nails are more like a cylinder, since it kind of goes around, it clips better. So if you're going to use a nail clipper, scissors, that kind of thing, I recommend the round one. Or if you're going to use, it's like a little Dremel. Like I said, they have it on Amazon. Look under the doggy nail supplies. It's pretty innocuous. Like if it touches your skin, it doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't burn you. It doesn't cut you. It doesn't do anything like that. But their pads are very delicate. And my vet said that actually I should do a video on purchase. My vet said that, like, if we do something, and let's say you sand your palm by accident or whatever, your palm, the skin will heal, it'll grow back, that kind of thing. And she says it won't on a parrot's. I don't think that it means there's a gaping, bleeding hole, but it means that it forms like a callus, and it just kind of scars them. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it heals, but it really scars instead of growing back like our hands or feet. So you want to be really careful if you use the Dremel. It is pretty innocuous, but it's hard, especially if you have a small parrot like the parrotlets, any of the parrots. Even Emerald she's not too hard, but she's a little hard, because you have to like grab the little toe, hold it, and then kind of drill carefully at the end of it to try to trim it. So really, it's not rocket science, but it's also something where you can hurt your parrot. So make sure that at the end of your trimming, you've got Bliss doing whatever you have to do to get there. Maybe it's hiring it out. Maybe it's doing 1 toe a day and just going slow and carefully, because you can always come back and do more. I know I've said that many times, but I think it's really important, because I really don't want you to hurt your parrot in any way, shape, or form. I think you're much better off taking them either to a bird store or to your vet to get trimmed. Plus, I can't do this. I don't know. It's like magic for me. Maybe one day I'll learn this magic, but when I take my parrots to my vet and she does their nails or their beak, she also polishes the upper mandible, and so then they look like a pretty seashell. It's so cool. I love that. So there are some advantages to doing something like going to your vet, and you probably only have to do it once or twice a year kind of thing. Chances are, unless you have a funky beak, chances are you don't have to do too much more trimming than that. The nails might need a little more, but have your vet or your trimmer specialist show you how to do the nails, and if you have someone to hold your parrot, maybe you can do the nails and maybe they can do the beak. I hope that gives you a lot of information, a lot of either comfort if you know how to do it and you feel you could be good at it, or understanding that you have to be careful. You don't want to constrict their breathing or stuff like that, so that you can make a good decision and do the blissful thing for you and your parrot. Don't forget to get your bottle of Tink's Parrot Relief. It's the must-have oil because it's perfect anytime your parrot is stressed out for any reason, or if you want to help support your parrot's immune system. Get it at parrotbliss.com, where you can also leave a comment, or you can leave a comment below if you have any questions about parrots, or in the comments. I love reading about your parrots. I love reading about what you're thinking about getting. I love reading about what's going on with you and your parrot. And you can also post or comment on the Facebook, Instagram Messenger, or join Parrot Bliss Flock at Facebook, the group. Thanks, and I will catch you next time.